In the shadows of Gotham, where the perpetual dusk voices the city's secrets, a storm brews one of minds as much as of fists. For in this darkness, two of the most formidable intellects in the city are set on a collision course. On one side stands Batman, the silent guardian, whose ceaseless crusade has become legend. On the opposing front, Dr. Hugo Strange, psychiatrist, obsessive, and a man who harbors a singular obsessional and unmasking the enigma known as Batman. In the absolute Batman continuity, their fates intertwine more perilously than ever before. The story begins in Arkham Asylum, late autumn. Hugo Strange, recently appointed as chief of psychiatry, walks the infinite hallways with a calculated step. To the public, he is a reformer, an academic returned from years abroad, eager to implement progressive methods for Gotham's most unmanageable minds. But beneath his scholarly veneer lies a man long haunted by the mythos of the Batman, convinced that to understand and ultimately break the caped crusader is to achieve his own apotheosis. Batman, meanwhile, is troubled by a pattern in Gotham's recent crime wave, a subtle orchestration, manipulating both petty criminals and the city's most ruthless villains in a manner that seems not just tactical, but psychological. Oracle, working wirelessly via earpiece, feeds Bruce Wayne data as he stalks rooftops, an emergent profile whose fingerprints, intellectually if not physically, match only one man. That night, Batman intervenes in a kidnapping staged by the Falcone family. The operation is a trap. Tranquilizer darts pierce his armor, sophisticated beyond what the mob usually can muster. As the darkness blurs, Batman's last sight is a glint of round spectacles, a figure in the distance, whispering, "Welcome to the real study, Mr. Wayne." He awakens in a cell deep beneath Arkham, meticulously stripped of his gear, but not of his mind. Opposite the thick glass sits Strange, illuminated by the sterile white of a reading lamp. "This is not a prison," Strange begins, voice measured and soft, "but a crucible, a place to distill your essence. You see, I admire you, Batman. You're constant in a world of chaos. But I will show you. Even you are knowable and breakable." Strange's plan is cerebral torture, daily psychological games, elaborate puzzle traps, hallucinogenic gases, recorded messages echoing traumas from Batman's past. Batman, battered but unbowed, counters with silence and stoicism, retreating into his own training, meditative techniques learned in isolation years earlier. Days blur. The line between reality and manufactured memory distorts. Above ground, Gotham reels. Nightwing, Oracle, and Gordon piece together the location of their absent leader, deciphering Strange's clues. Throughout, Strange manipulates public perception. Rumors swirl that Batman is no more, that the vigilante's reign has ended at the hands of science and intellect. Strange's ego inflates. In secret, he dons a batsuit of his own design, parading through the city, orchestrating heroic acts and disparaging Batman's legend, seeking to replace him in the public's esteem. But inside Arkham, Batman finds a chink in Strange's fortress. He notices a subtle, shielded window, a faint rhythm in the air system, and recognizes the code-based sequence in Strange's taunts. He is not just being tortured, he is being tested. The games are puzzles, and Strange cannot help but leave signatures for a worthy opponent to solve. With each interaction, Batman maps the rhythm of guards, the placement of surveillance, the narcotic doses in his food. The final confrontation comes after Batman enacts a flawless escape, subduing the guards, overriding an internal lock with a stolen keycard, and tracking Strange to his private observatory atop Arkham. Rain lashes the glass dome as Strange faces him, no longer composed. Donning his imitation batsuit, he rages, "You undermine my legacy. This city will remember me, my intellect, my justice." Batman's response is one of patient determination. "You've never understood. This was never about the mask. It's about the choice. You want to replace me, but all you can do is imitate the darkness, not carry its